The story of Jack Whittaker is one that can truly be described as fascinating, full of twists and turns that would rival any Hollywood blockbuster. Even before he won the lottery that would make him a household name, Whittaker was already a wealthy man, having built an impressive business empire in West Virginia. He was known as a shrewd businessman with a keen eye for opportunity, and his success had earned him a place among the most influential people in the state. But little did anyone know that his life was about to take a dramatic and unexpected turn. In December 2002, Jack Whittaker made a decision that would change his life forever. Despite not expecting to win, he took a chance and played the lottery. Little did he know, his life was about to take a dramatic turn. When the numbers were announced, Whittaker realized that his ticket had matched all 5 white balls and the red Powerball, making him the sole winner of a jackpot worth $315 million. Overnight, he became one of the richest men in America with the world at his fingertips. As one would expect, Whittaker celebrated his newfound wealth by splurging on lavish purchases. He indulged in a fleet of cars and a new house for him and his longtime wife. Additionally, he gave generously to charities, including a significant $14 million gift to West Virginia University, his alma mater. But as the saying goes, money can't buy happiness, and it wasn't long before Whittaker's life began to unravel. Initially, he was euphoric and relished in his newfound wealth, but things quickly took a turn for the worse. Whittaker found himself the target of numerous lawsuits, both legitimate and frivolous, all of which threatened to drain his fortune and his sanity. His family was also subjected to harassment and even kidnapping attempts, leaving him feeling paranoid and distrustful of others. Despite looking like a picture of success on the outside, Whittaker's life descended into chaos and madness. With great wealth comes great responsibility. And for Jack Whittaker, the responsibility of managing his newfound riches proved to be a daunting task. Not only was he faced with the challenges of managing a multi-million-dollar lottery win, but he also became a target for scammers and lawsuits. Whittaker's troubles began in 2002, shortly after winning the Powerball jackpot. It wasn't long before he started receiving countless letters and emails from individuals, claiming that they could help him manage or invest his money. Unfortunately, many of these were scams designed to trick Whittaker out of his fortune. Despite his best efforts to ignore them, Whittaker eventually fell victim to some of these schemes, losing millions of dollars in the process. But the scams were just the beginning of Whittaker's troubles. As the years went on, he found himself embroiled in several high-profile lawsuits, many of which were related to his personal and business dealings. In 2003, for example, 11 of his employees were indicted for embezzlement, leading to accusations that Whittaker was an irresponsible boss who failed to keep his affairs in order. This was just one of many legal battles that Whittaker would face in the years to come. Despite the challenges and setbacks that he encountered, Whittaker remained determined to protect his wealth and his reputation. He implemented new security measures, such as hiring bodyguards and investing in surveillance equipment to protect himself and his family. And while he may have made some mistakes along the way, he continued to fight for what he believed was right. Whittaker's life was marked by success and wealth, but it was also fraught with challenges and setbacks. One of the most difficult struggles he faced was his granddaughter, Bragg's addiction. Despite his best efforts to protect her, Bragg's addiction spiraled out of control and led to devastating consequences for both her and her family.
She told me one time, she said, "Papa, all I care about is drugs." It broke my heart. We did everything that we thought humanly possible to keep her away from the drug dealers, to keep her off drugs, to keep her occupied.
Jack checked Brandy into 3 drug addiction treatment programs, but they didn't work. Brandy had become a hardcore drug user.
Whittaker's relationship with Bragg was a complicated one. He had always been a generous and loving grandfather, spoiling her with gifts and affection. But as she grew older, her behavior became increasingly erratic, and she turned to drugs and alcohol to cope with the pressures of her privileged lifestyle.
When you first won the lottery, because Brandy was so much the apple of your eye, did you give her money?
I gave her about $2,000 a week.
And how old was she?
She was 17.
So you're giving a child, a teenager, $2,000 a week.
She was very responsible with her money.
But you bought her a number of cars, didn't you?
Yes,
How many?
4.
So it's a 17-year-old with 4 cars. Again, was that altogether sensible?
She can only drive one at a time. To a young kid, cars mean a lot. And I'm very proud that she had 4 cars.
Surrounded by the toys and trappings of wealth, Brandy started to attract new friends.
Despite the challenges, Whittaker never gave up on Bragg. He continued to support her in any way he could, funding her rehab stints and offering her a place to stay when she was homeless. But ultimately, his efforts were not enough to overcome Bragg's addiction.
She dropped out of school and then disappeared altogether. Jack's wife Jewel made an emotional appeal on local television for their missing granddaughter.
Brandy, please come home. We need you here with us at Christmas time. We need you in our lives, honey. You're so dear and precious. Please come home.
Brandy never went a day without calling me and talking to me, so I knew she was in trouble. You know, deep in my heart, after 5 days, I just knew that she had to be dead or she would have been contacting me.
On December the 20th, 2004, their worst fears were realized. Brandy was found dead, wrapped in a plastic sheet and dumped behind a junked van in a place called Scary Creek. The cause of death was listed as unknown, but Jack Whittaker believes that the blessing of his Powerball win had become a curse upon his family.
My granddaughter's dead, probably because of the money.
You really believe that?
I really believe that. I know I really had my arms around her and protected her before I won the lottery. And once I won the lottery, there wasn't enough of me to get my arms around everything, to hold it and protect it.
She passed away in 2004, leaving behind a legacy of pain and loss. Whittaker's experience with Bragg's addiction is a tragic reminder of the devastating toll that addiction can take on families and loved ones, even those with seemingly unlimited resources and support. Whittaker's story is one of perseverance, resilience, and bravery. Despite enduring the heartbreak of losing his beloved granddaughter to addiction, he refused to let critics and naysayers get him down. Instead, he chose to live life on his own terms, forging ahead with courage and strength. In the face of adversity, Whittaker remained steadfast and resolute. He refused to succumb to his grief and heartache, instead using his pain as a fuel to keep moving forward. He knew that Bragg would have wanted him to continue living life to the fullest, and he was determined to honor her memory by doing just that. Even as his reputation suffered, Whittaker remained undeterred. He knew that there would always be critics and skeptics, but he refused to let their opinions define him. Instead, he stayed true to who he was and continued to live a life that was authentic, genuine, and meaningful. On December 2nd, 2016, around 7 a.m., another unexpected tragedy happened. Whittaker's Virginia home went up in flames. The house was not insured, leaving him and his family with nothing but ashes and memories of what used to be their beautiful residence. According to the Rocky Gap Volunteer Fire Department, the fire started in the kitchen and quickly spread throughout the entire house, making it impossible to save it. Despite this tragedy, everyone managed to escape safely, which is truly a blessing in the midst of such chaos. The community then rallied around the Whittaker family during this difficult time, offering their support and comfort in any way possible. It's times like these when we are reminded of the incredible power of kindness and compassion. His resilience and bravery in the face of tragedy serve as an inspiration to us all, reminding us that even in the darkest of times, it is possible to find hope, strength, and purpose. Through his unwavering determination and unshakable spirit, Whittaker has shown us all what it means to truly live life on our own terms. He has proven that even when the world feels like it's against us, we can still choose to stand tall, hold our heads high, and persevere. His story is a testament to the human spirit and a reminder that no matter what life throws our way, we have the power to overcome, succeed, and thrive. With great wealth came great responsibility, and Whittaker didn't shy away from his duty to give back to society. He donated millions to charity, supported various causes, and helped countless people with his generosity. He knew that his legacy wouldn't be defined by what others thought of him, but rather by the impact he made on the world. And as the years went by, people began to realize just how much he had done for his community and how much he cared about those around him. But despite all his good deeds, Whittaker couldn't escape the scrutiny of the public, who often criticized him for his lavish lifestyle and questionable choices. In the end, Whittaker's reputation may have suffered, but his spirit never faltered. Through his perseverance and resilience, he showed us all what it truly means to live a meaningful life, one filled with passion, excitement, and adventure. And even if his name fades into obscurity, his legacy will continue to inspire future generations to always strive to do better and make the world a better place.